I want to tell them why I'm upset. They must figure it out on their own. When you call somebody hoping they don't pick up, just so it will be on record that you tried to call them. Arguing with someone over text message will have you like this in any random place. No one. That one person. Me being removed from the Chinese buffet after eating crab rangoon for 12 hours. A 30-minute nap should set me straight. Me 5 hours later. Me happy texting the person I like. The person I like. The majority of millennials and Gen Z use subtitles when watching TV. Survey reveals. Me waiting for the bartender to look at me so I can order my drink. The whole squad walking away while you tie your shoes. That one bro waiting for you. Me, a non-native speaker proudly watching TV without having to use subtitles. British accent. Me, takes a bite of the sandwich. The tomato. These are your best years. You're young and full of energy. Me after lunch. How do you send messages? A or B? A is for when I'm excited. B is for when I'm fed up with your ass. Me getting dressed to go to work when there's an 8-year-old YouTuber that made $26 million this year. Me looking at what's about to turn into a missed call. When you follow a YouTube tutorial to the letter, but it doesn't work for you, and everyone in the comments is saying, "Thank you, it worked." Confused unga bunga. When you arrive early at a lecture event, and you watch the hall fill up, but nobody is sitting next to you. The group of water bottles in my room when I bring in another one. When you search something on Google and it shows a helpline number instead of the results. Sometimes all a person needs is that one missing piece. $1 billion. 10-year-old me preparing to tell my mom at 9 p.m. I need glue for my project tomorrow. Me, a non-native speaker after learning English for more than 10 years, only to see native speakers confused with two, and two. Once I became a parent, I finally understood the scene where Yoda gets so tired of answering Luke's questions he just dies. When you're done with everybody's shit, when you go to see a movie, and just before it starts a group of loud teenagers walk in. I just want to be someone's favorite person. Me overthinking. Me realizing I'm overthinking. Me thinking about overthinking. Me overthinking. When you tell your mom a funny story and it turns into a lecture. Me holding the most important US document that was literally printed on gas station toilet paper that can't be laminated or protected in any way and is supposed to last my whole life. Me, an introvert remembering a funny joke I said 2 years ago that made everyone laugh. Men only want one thing and it's disgusting. Every documentary about serial killers. He was alone, he had no friends, he had no lover. He spent all his time alone at home. Me, dudes will destroy their lives over a girl who looks like this. My parents. When do you get a girlfriend? We want a grandchild. Me who thought about suicide literally 10 seconds before. My husband had a sleepover with his best friends to watch Thursday night football. Welcome to adulthood. You get mad when they rearrange the grocery store now. Sometimes I'm late just because I stay like this for a long time. Me, trying to fall asleep. Anxiety. You know the rules and so do I. Students. I'll never use Pythagoras' theorem in real life. Also, students walking home. Me. Digital copies of games should be cheaper since they don't need to manufacture the discs. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Me. Damaged but adorable. My teacher nailed his student's phone to the wall for using it in class 20 years ago. It's still there till this day. I'm sorry, but I am not a survivalist. The second we start fighting over fresh water, I'm killing myself. Y'all have fun though. Did y'all grow up terrified to share your most basic interests, hobbies and tastes with family friends out of fear of getting ridiculed and mocked? Or are you normal? Me writing a joke in my suicide note. Are you always going to be my customer service guy? I would like to be, but no, we have thousands and it is random. But in spirit, I will be. Not to be a drooling socialist cuck, but if a full day's labor can't purchase 3 square meals, 24 hours worth of rent and utilities, a fraction of a month's clothing budget, and a reasonable portion to be saved for when you can no longer comfortably work, what the fuck are we doing shit for? Fondly remembering the time 2 of my transphobic colleagues wouldn't eat my baking, so I made progressively more delicious and elaborate cakes, and watched them die inside from their own bigotry. When life is sucking you into a pit of despair and stress, but you really just ain't fighting it anymore. When you finally found a walking green flag, but you are the red flag now. When you're hanging out with friends, and your social battery dies, I'll never waste my money on dumb stuff, ever again. 2 hours later, At first, I was like, life is meaningless. But now, I'm like, life is meaningless. Fairs. Dad, Mom said stew for dinner, wouldn't bother coming home if I were you. Person. Hi, how are you? Me. Great. Person. Aren't you gonna ask how I am? Me. Oh, I don't care. Me. People I should absolutely not be attracted to. When everything is going wrong in your life, but you're used to it. Today I realized that these guys are actually regular dudes who just feel better if they cosplay as bikers. Me. Yes, I am still young. My spine. I said we old today. What substance do I have to abuse to feel like life is worth living again? Eyelashes are supposed to prevent things from going into your eyes, but whenever I have something in my eye, it's always an eyelash. Ironic.